Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to the channel. I am Wendy. This is Wendy's pet salon, and this is my little home pet grooming salon at my home. So welcome everybody, welcome to all the subscribers, and as always, if you are new, welcome on board to Wendy's Pet Salon. Like I say, I'm Wendy, I'm just a pet groomer, and I'm here just to share some of the things that I do with you, and to tell you about what's happening this week. So I'm back to off Tuesdays and looking after my granddaughter as normal. I have got, guess what? A lot of cockapoos. Yeah, so I've got cockapoo, field spaniel, Lucky with his lucky legs. You've met Lucky before. Lucy Shih Tzu, Shih Tzu, poodle. We've got Bonnie the poodle. Oh, do you know what I've forgotten? Microphone. I'll be right back. I'm on green. Apologies for that. I'm not used to using it, am I? So hopefully I'll sound a lot better. Okay, so again, Shih Tzu, poodle, Bonnie the poodle. I can maybe not do a full one, only because I have a limited time to do my dogs. It is literally like a military operation here. Like I said early on in the channel, when I built my home salon, I had sanctions to work at, and I'm given an amount of time to work, the days that I'm allowed to work, and I have to fit it all in. So it literally, one dog rolls on to the other. I don't have holding areas for them. They literally have to leave before the next one comes. So Kobe, who is the lovely Maltese, I have another two cockapoos. Labradoodle, two Labradoodles, but they're both completely different. Ramble, who you've met before, has got resembles more like a Labrador with the wiry texture, and Benji is more like an overgrown cockapoo with a fine type of shaggy coat. It's very silky kind of coat. Shih Tzu, Yorkshire Terriers. I've got Elvis in the building, Cockapoo, Field Spaniel, Maltese Cross, Shih Tzu, Field Spaniel, Poodle, Shorky, and a Collie. Shelby, obviously the poodle. My dog is just arrived, so I'll put you on pause. Yeah, so little Rosie's here. Little Rosie. Yeah, so Shelby is my oldest standard poodle. It's coming up to 14 now, I believe. And I may show you something to do with his trim. But what I will do when my other half is on nights and I have a free evening, when I don't finish so late, I need to do my own poodle, so I will do him from start to finish. So I can't promise that that's going to be this week, but I'm sure one of the days I'll possibly finish early. And on Sunday, we are going to see UB40 in Manchester. So that's something to look forward to, because I've had a busy few weeks since I've been back to work. It's literally been full on, because when you're a dog groomer, as you know, you're self-employed, and going missing for 2 weeks, it really has a knock-on effect, because you've got to make it up, because nobody pays you for 2 weeks unless and even if you put that money aside, you've still got to slog it out to put that money aside. So Yeah, the joys of being self-employed. The joys. I mean, in one hand, it gives me a lot of freedom because I can sort of do my own diary and book off time. At the moment, I am trying to organise next year's diary. Dun, 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 dun. And I ask my customers, those that want a list, I then put that in the diary. I put all the days and things that I need off, my holidays. I don't do bank holidays, Easters and things like that. So I block off all that time. I block it off on my computer as well. So if I do put an appointment on, it will tell me that that clashes with your time off. And then I can say, book it or not book it, so or change. So I am in the process of doing. Oh, I've had a load so far. These are my lists from people so far. And a lot of people will send me them on WhatsApp and things because there's some people can only do certain days, and because there's only one of me now, if you want me to sort of guarantee a day or at least a day or time or a weekend, whatever it may be, then it needs to really be done in advance. So, because once I've booked everybody in, I tend to be quite a few months in advance if I didn't do that. So, hopefully, I mean, I would like to keep as free as possible. So, don't have to be so many lists in, but like I say, if they want to guarantee, they need to give me a list so I can put them in and then you don't have to think about it. They may have holidays and things that they want to make sure that all their dogs are groomed before they go away and such like. So yeah, she got yeah. So yeah, it's literally full on this week. It's full on. Lots of cockaboos. Rosie is a cavapoo, in actual fact. Rosie is a cavapoo, and she is having she's having a teeth clean as well today because I wasn't terribly organised, and I've still got some to book back in. Actually, I use the Emmy Pet toothbrush thing. Yeah, they have their own box, so literally, I just this is not her box, but everyone. Now this one is Bonnie. This is Bonnie's, and that is her own toothbrush. You can use the same one if you wanted, but I feel it's nicer to have their own. Sometimes gums may bleed and things like that, and you can wash it and what's it. But I think, and some of them chew on it as well. So, and then once their brush is knackered, I can replace it. So, there's yours. There's Rosie's. There's yours. Yours has got a little heart on it. So we're going to do her teeth as well today. So yeah, that is my week. Microphone here, microphone. And we did the ear. No, we didn't. Did we? Hang on. We did dog's pads. My goodness. It's just been full on. What can I say? It's been a full on few weeks, hasn't it? It has. And yeah. So I'm gonna get Rosie in the bath now. As always, if you have any questions, anything that you would like me to do, other than poodles, which we will be doing, anything else. I had a lovely lady contact me to say that she is starting what we have in the UK is called the City and Guilds. There are only a few recognised qualifications in the UK, and City and Guilds is one of them. And I have the OCN qualification, which is a level 3 qualification. That's the one that I have. But the most recognised one is actually City and Guilds. And City and Guilds don't just do dog grooming, they do a vast, they do a vast different, what am I trying to say? What am I trying to say, Rosie? Different qualifications, not just dog grooming. It might be, I'm not sure what they actually do, but, say plumbing, electricity, all that type of thing all comes under that umbrella. So the City and Guilds, and you can do different levels. So say the level 2, for instance, would maybe go through your bathing and your grooming and a little bit like that. The level 3 would then go on to, proper styling, clipping, and then you do your exams and stuff like that. I never went down the City and Guilds route. For me, because I'm already a dog groomer, getting the time off to go somewhere and then do a course and use their dogs to do my exams or sourcing other dogs for exams, I wouldn't have been able to do. And I did enroll in City and Guilds at one point. I didn't follow it through, so I lost all the money there. And because of my condition, I'm really not good at educational types of things. I have a bit of a blockage there. I might start something and don't finish it. It's just part of the way I am. So it's hard to explain without explaining more, but I'm trying to be short on this. So I did the OCN, and I think it's changed a bit now, but all mine was based on what I actually do in the salon. So I could use my salon dogs to do so many different dogs, so many different styles, that type of thing. And it didn't necessarily have to be traditional styles, which I very rarely do. And in my, since the 90s, I don't do a lot of those styles. So sourcing those dogs is hard. And then if you was to go to somewhere where they offer it, you're going to pay, and you don't have that money to pay, then it's really difficult. So the beauty of somebody starting a course is that they've got their access to dogs that you're practicing on. So, they may have access to dogs that, like a Cocker Spaniel that's having a traditional clipped style or a hand strip style, hand stripping. They may have the poodles, terriers, say a schnauzer trim, that type of thing. I can tell you that the only traditional styles that I do at the moment, I have a schnauzer who has a short cut down version of the schnauzer trim, poodles that maybe just have a lamb trim. The sourcing that for me would be very difficult. It doesn't mean that I haven't got the skills and what have you. It just means that I don't source them. And to be fair, I like doing this. So I have got every respect for people that offer, traditional styles and things like that. But my business, how I run my business, I offer short, practical styles for pet owners. I do have a Westie that sometimes she grows a little skirt, and it may just be a little tiny skirt and a Westie. That's as much as we can get, because once it starts getting too long, it gets harder to manage for the owner. And if they're not coming on a regular basis, you end up cutting it off. So, we are now, the world has changed where, you know, we don't have all this time to have traditional styles. And many of those pet owners that do say show their dogs, the majority of them do their own dogs. So, you know, and you know that there are many groomers out there that specialize in, say, bichons. They'll do full scissored bichon. They'll do the hand strip cockers. They'll do hand stripping. They'll do Asian fusion styles with cute faces and flary legs and things like that. Um, I have never been asked for that. I've never been asked for that. And as a practical pet groomer, I much prefer to offer this kind of service to the everyday pet owner because it makes such a big difference to their life. I mean, it's lovely to see a picture of them like that. And I'm sure majority of them do have a lot of life, but it means a lot of grooming for them. So you know, this is just what I do. So going back to the woman, lady, sorry, who's doing her grooming course. I wish you all the luck in the world. City and Guilds is a fantastic qualification, and it will, you know, they will help you and give you lots of knowledge on you know, all the traditional styles, all the practical stuff. You want to be able to complete a dog before you leave, depending on what level that you're going on. Bear with me. Yeah, so what depending on what level that you're going on, is to, you know, what you're going to learn. So the say, like I say, the 2 course is just going to go start with the basics, and then you'll go on to level 3, which is all your, you know, your trimming and your actual, you know, doing. I think you may touch on that on the 2, but like I say, qualifications of all, they're all evolving and they're all changing. So ideally, for somebody that's really just starting, it's ideal when you're starting from scratch and you can go and do a course. You know, you can concentrate and whatever. How I started is I did do an animal care course with grooming in it for a year, and it wasn't a recognised qualification, but it was at the time only thing that was available to do with this. So, and then I'd be off on my own. So then I'd go and work for people, you know, and then gain my experience and blah 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 blah, and the rest is history. So, but it's when you're in a business, it's harder then to go and go and do a course. There are fast track courses where you can do them alongside your business, like I did, which was ideal for me. But then again, it's still a lot of money, and when you're working, you know, this is your income, so you know it can be quite difficult. So ideally, when you're starting a course, you're on the course, and then you leave the course, and then you're on your own. And say if you like me, you know, you're working on your own, you maybe don't have access to you know, any more training, but if there is lots of stuff out there. If you go onto Facebook and get involved with all the dog grooming groups, you can find different seminars that will go through people that specialize in certain things, so that when people are ringing you and asking you to book their dog in, you're a little bit more informed, and you've got a little bit more knowledge, and obviously knowledge is power, and it'll just give you that edge on everybody else. But like I say, I'm never asked for Asian fusion styles. I'm never asked for show cockers. Like, you know, I might get a miniature schnauzer that I've got. a lamb trim poodle. The rest, I do a lot of cockapoos, so there is no breed standard trim for a cockapoo or a labradoodle or any cross. So it's literally a pet trim. So this is why I came on, just to be a little bit of a gap for those people that have done a course and maybe just need that extra person to ask that's been doing it a while. Because if I can't give you the information, I'll find out a person. If there's something that you wanted to go on or you're interested in, I can point you in the right direction of where to find that information. Because it's very daunting when you're very first starting, and even just to get your head around bathing it and grooming the dog. I know I'm coming now, sweetie. Bathing and grooming the dog to start off, it's a big thing. Doing that really well, and if you've got that weighed off, you've got your dog bathed and prepared and combed through. That's a big thing, and then you can move on to the cutting. But like I say, I hope that made sense and you heard me. And like I say, I have the utmost respect for people that like to, like go to grooming competitions and things like that. It's just not my thing. I like to do practical pet trims. That is my thing, and I feel that I'm helping pet owners by making their pets nice and comfortable, and they don't necessarily have to have a massive style, because it's hard to look after. We the cost of living. You many people can't afford to have a say a traditional cocker with lots of leg hair and skirt groomed on a full weekly basis, which is what it really needs. So keeping them more practical, obviously you doing some kind of elements of that style on the dog and having that information. But yeah, practical pets is my thing. And don't get me wrong, I have done my qualifications, but not I haven't really I did a little bit of competition and things like that. Just wasn't for me. I didn't get anything out of it, to be fair. And half the time, you don't get any feedback. And if you're really shy, which I was at the time, I didn't go and ask, what people thought of my dog. It just didn't work for me. And I didn't particularly make any, lasting friendships while I was there. Do you know what I mean? It just wasn't for me. I love dog grooming. I love grooming cats, but I like to do it practically. And I like to be able to save people money and look at things in a practical way. But you need to do some form. When you're doing this, starting this job, you need to do some form of qualification, some form of, hands-on experience. Definitely, most definitely. Because, handling them, bathing them, trimming them, let's face it, it's not a regulated profession, and we're using very, very sharp instruments. So we do need to, be careful. We do need our first aid. We do need to be insured, and yeah. So we're going to get you in the bath now, sweetie, aren't we? Yes, we are. She is adorable, aren't you? She's adorable. I've been doing Rosie since she was a puppy, haven't we? Yes. So yeah, any information at all? Obviously, I have been doing it since the 90s. I have seen it change. I did in the start. There were a lot of dogs that were traditional. They're not really now. Everything has changed. So, like I say, buffering. That's my issue. If anybody knows, I have got some condition that I haven't been diagnosed with yet, but I am getting around to it. Do, as always, put your comments in the comments box. Anything to do with what I'm doing this week that may help you. Obviously, we've done feet and things, and just ask, to me. If I can't, then I'll point you in the right direction. But obviously, I'm here to help, and I want to give you all the confidence in the world. So I had to cut off then because my other half came in the room, and I've only just been able to get back. So I've just bathed and prepared Monty here, haven't we? I'll just give you a minute. Yes. Yeah, it was just to say what I might do this week. We will do some element of poodle this week, and what I will do with regards to the lady that got in touch about the City and Guilds, and great stuff, getting onto the course and everything like that. And I really hope that it's everything that you want it to be, and you're able to confidently then move on to your own new business. What I'll do is I'll come out the salon. I'm a little bit crooked, hang on. That's better. So I'll come out of the salon. I'll do maybe a little bit of a talking video, and I'll show you what I did with the OCN. It's completely changed now, and I've still got the level 3 qualification, but I'll take you through my workbook and some of the things that were on there and how it worked for me, because obviously, oh, my power's going up. Oh, it's all going on today. It just dropped in well for me, because I don't do well with the whole education thing. I have a blockage. Although when I want that information, I can recall it. When I come to do anything to do with, written stuff, and there's just a whole big blockage that comes up. You won't believe it. And it prevents me from doing any further education with regards to writing stuff. So the fact that how I had to break it down with the pictures, explain what I did, I went through the worksheets, I answered all the questions and things like that. It's massively changed now, and there are lots of people out there that help you with the City and Guilds now. And there's also a lady called Julie Harris, which I'll put in the description, who helps with City and Guilds towards that type of education. And I have seen some of her videos, and it's very good because I retain more information by somebody telling me something rather than me reading it. And a lot of Julie's videos are like that. The same as the vet lady, Sophie Bell. All her first aid things and stuff like that are all done with her talking and showing videos and pictures and things like that. And then I'm able to retain that information, because it's just the way my brain works. If I was to read it, I would be reading the word on. I'd be reading over the same word 2 or 3 times. And it's only of late when I want to read a book and such like, I can't maintain the focus for it. In fact, the only books that I've ever read over the last years are the 50 Shades of Grey. For some reason, that got my attention, and those 3 books are in fact the only books that I've read over recent years. I don't know why, but they just have. So yeah, I'll go over I'll get my folder out and I'll show you some of the things that I did, and I'll show you my pictures and how I wrote them up, and I think that just might be a little bit of an interesting topic to go over for my experience. You know, doing a fast track and having that learning disability. And I'll also show you some of the books and things that I do have, which the pictures help me. Oh, Monterina, we're going to do your haircut now, promise you. The pictures, like the poodle pictures, that, you know, all the visual things in the books, they help me more than the write-up. So I'll show you some of my books, I'll show you my folder, and it may help you in some small way. I know it helped me get my qualification. When I finished my folder, that it had to be then sent off, it was assessed, and then, you know, come. And what they did do with the OCN is they come and watch me do, I think, one practical groom, and then one practical groom, and also a hand stripping one. And I talked over what I was doing. She did a lot of writing. I just explained what I was doing, how I was doing it, and took pictures, and that was my assessments, and that just worked for me. Some people can pick up books and, you know, they can digest it all. I just can't do it. I can't do it. So, Monty, this is not like you. Is this because I'm talking? Is it? I think if I start trimming you, you'll be completely different. Yeah, so that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that one night. I'll get my folder out, and I will talk over what I did. So I hope you are going to have a great week. Watch out for the videos Thursday and Sunday, and we'll come back to Monday. And as always, any questions, pop them in the comments box. I do reply to everybody. Monty! I do reply to everybody. And his bloody tail going. I do reply to everybody, and thank you so much for all your messages and everything. It really does help the channel grow, and there is so many people that come and watch the channel and that are not subscribed, so it would really help me if you were subscribed, and then you'll get notifications of when I post a video and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll see you very soon. Well, I'll see you on Thursday, whether it'll be a poodle or whether it'll be me talking about the qualification that I did. Who knows? Could be Thursday, could be Sunday. You'll just have to come and find out. What do you think, Monty? He says, will you do my haircut because I want to go home? Is that correct? See, told you. Would you like a treat? Would you like a treat? Would that make things better for you? What do you think? He says, yeah, I don't mind the treats. You can give me all the treats. I don't mind at all. And will you be my friend now? Yeah. So I'll see you very soon. Thank you so much, everybody. Bye for now.